Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I was just hoping to get your guys' advice. We are pretty good, but we're not as good as we could be. I feel like we're still struggling month to month, kind of like paycheck to paycheck. And how do we get ahead? How do we start, invest saving? We have 3 kids. I homeschool. We're a one-income household. And the economy is kind of killing us.
Yeah. So here's the hard truth. You and me and your spouse and my wife and Rachel and Winston, all of us go home as a family and we make choices. Mm-hmm. And that's not how it was set up for us. We all grew up and they're like, dude, if you just go to college or just do this, then you can do this and this and this and this and this. And sometimes the dream of we want mom to stay at home, awesome. We want to not get into the schools, we want to homeschool our kids, cool. But we can't eat. Or we're just floating month to month to month. And it's you guys as a family having to back out of that situation and say, okay, the price of milk is bananas right now. The price of bananas is bananas right now, right? And so
it is. My 2 youngest are not school age, so if I went back to work, we'd have to pay for daycare.
Well, I
don't think he's saying. I don't think you're saying go back to work.
I'm not saying you go back to work. I'm saying everybody makes choices.
So Elizabeth, I want to know you guys financially. Where are you guys at? Do you guys have consumer debt?
No, we have credit cards. We don't use them. They are zero balance. We own our cars and all our vehicles.
How much does your husband make a year?
About $65,000.
Okay. And are you guys on a written plan, like a very detailed budget every single month that you know exactly here's the amount we have to spend? Okay. I think
no.
Okay, so I think the budget is probably
I need to do that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I think that's going to help a lot. And if you stay on the line after this call, Christian will pick up and we'll give you every dollar premium for a year, because I think the budget, it's one of those places, Elizabeth, that once you do it and you actually have boundaries around certain categories in your life and you force yourself to live within them, then suddenly you're like, oh, there's our margin. There's our margin. It's not getting eaten up by that extra, fast food run that we're going to go do or out to eat or whatever. It is amazing when you do plan out and stick to that plan. It's going to take about 3 months for you guys to get it to work. So remember that 90 days, give yourself a lot of grace between now and Christmas. But I want that to be your homework to say, okay, we're gonna sit down and do this. And then out of that and finding some margin, and you'll look back on your accounts and your checking account last month and be like, oh my gosh, we're paying for 2 subscriptions we never use. When you actually start getting in the weeds of it, it is amazing what comes to the surface. And even if it's $30-$40 here or there, that adds up. I mean, that will get you some margin. And so do you guys have an emergency fund?
Oh, hold on one second. There you go.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. So Elizabeth, I would,
I messed up the phones here. There you go.
Do you guys have an emergency fund, Elizabeth? Do you have any savings?
We do not have a specific emergency fund. We've got a decent amount in our checking account.
Okay. So what I would do is open up a high yield savings, and I would move 3 to 6 months of expenses out of your checking out to that, and then that's not touched. So that's your emergency fund. If you have to have a few months to add to that savings to get to that 3 to 6 months, do it. And then from there, I would start investing 15% of your income into retirement and start that going. That can be through his 401k or Roth IRA you guys can open up.
Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.